Well, hey there. Welcome to SkyTour LiveStream. It's Mark. It is about 11:49. We're approaching midnight. And we're going to do a little stream tonight on Orion. It's a night of Orion here. So I hope you guys enjoy. And the first thing we see here is, in fact, the Orion Nebula. And as you can guess, none other than Keith from P&K Space Imaging is here with me. And I think that's all we have here. Is that correct? Or is there anybody else lurking in the wings?
The West Coast component.
And the West Coast component of P&K Space Imaging. Actually, she's part of SkyTour LiveStream as well. Carol Carl, KGRA host. Her show is on Friday nights at 7 p.m. on kgraradio.com. It's called Behind the Obsidian Curtain. Welcome, Carol. Welcome to SkyTour LiveStream.
Most incredibly excited to be here.
I'm happy that you're here. Yes, in the cosmos, the intercosmos.
Yes,
the intercosmos.
Enter the intercosmos.
That's right. Enter the Yes, that's right. Enter the intercosmos.
Oh, I like that.
Or enter the inner cosmos, you know.
You decide.
By the way, everybody joining, we've been hanging out this entire time.
We actually have. We have not did not hang up from this last one.
Yeah, we haven't hung up yet.
When the stream stopped over at P&K, we just continued and stayed and stayed and stayed. It's like a bad penny, just never goes away.
Yeah, well put.
But it's okay.
Hello to everybody joining Mark's chat.
Yes,
Trino,
welcome.
Justin and Dapple and Ted and My Daily Side says, "Hi, Mark. Sorry my account was hacked. On No Life, this is my new username."
Ooh.
Fantastic.
So
I'm glad at least you got your username back and out of the hack zone. Very
Yikes,
cool.
I am seeing the chat. I'm seeing Neutrino and Justin T. and Dapple Ben. Oh, what a great name. And again,
and Ted
Ted
Bronson.
Brosnan. Cool. Yeah.
Not
Ted
to toot my
Brosnan.
own horn, but I know that Dapple Ben guy.
Yeah.
You know, which since I know him, that makes me a pretty important person.
Really?
Well,
Not
I
really.
am humbled.
But he's cool.
Well, Dapple comes into my streams too.
Well.
It shows you're an important person too.
Ted Brosnan was worried. Ted
Ted
Brosnan, 1918. He thought that you had run into a problem, Mark, and given up for the night.
Oh, nonsense, Ted. But you know what? Thank you for the concern. No, I didn't run into problems. I just had to set up things. You got to remember, I'm testing a lot of new automation software in the dome, and now, whereas I would have to go out there to start up the telescope and open the dome, now I just have to go out there to open the dome because everything else is now automated. I start up the telescope from inside. I start up the computer. Everything starts up all remotely. And the only thing I still have to do is open the dome. But when it's in Arizona, I have a circuit already written that will, in fact, roll the roof right off the building from anywhere on the planet. As long as the weather
He
is...
said roof.
He did.
Yeah.
Roof. You just.
He said roof, Beavis.
It's a regional thing.
Wow, that's pretty cool, butthead. Yeah, so it'll roll the roof off anywhere, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's a great system. While we're here, I just thought I'd just tell you while we're here. You know, here we are looking at the Trapezium. Okay, these are the 4 stars of the Trapezium that we see.
Wow.
Right here. These are the stars that power part of the Orion Nebula. And I say part of the Orion Nebula because they're not the only stars in the Orion Nebula. There's a lot of other stars in here that are just beginning to form. And we really can't see them. All right? Even in the view we had earlier where we saw the Orion Nebula, we couldn't really see everything going on because there's so much to this nebula. It's quite outstanding. Let's go west a little bit here. All right, and now what I'm going to do is see over here. I brought back the parameters for the camera. I hid these at one point, and in fact we could still hide them if you want, but I choose to leave them up. And now we're going to go down to like 8,000 sensitivity here, and actually no, I'm not. I'm going to go up again. This is crazy. Now it's going to look pretty blue because the moon is still up quite high. If you want to know where the moon is, well, that's easy because all we have to do is bring up our little planetarium here, which we can run concurrently, and just move over, and you can see that the moon is still up here in the sky over here. And, P&K Space Imaging does a really good job of looking at the moon. Paul and Keith do a phenomenal job. And we're in deep sky. So, as long as we don't try to stray out of our expertise zones, we're cool, So
that's what we do.
And that's right. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. So we have the Orion Nebula right here, and we have the Orion Nebula right here, right? And so what we see is what we get, and that's why I do these side by side, so you can see what it actually looks like in the sky.
Wow.
And this is the telescope control system. So if we just pull it a little bit this way, okay, now you see they're at the same level.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right here. And I'll be here with Carol. Miss Behind the
who
Obsidian
is
Curtain.
so honored and humbled to be part of this. I want
you're
to say
wonderful.
hello to Kashia. I don't know, is it Keisha or Kashia Fowler?
I think it's
waiting.
Keisha.
Keisha. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that's Keisha. Keisha Fowler, how you doing? It's good to see you. Both Keith and Carol said hi to a lot of the people that were here before, but I didn't say hi to any of you guys, so I'm saying hi to all of you now. And anyone who joins us, I will, of course, say hi to. That's my trademark, as I always say individual messages to every single person that comes in. And holy cow, if it was like a lunar eclipse night where we had 5,000 people watching, I would have really, really run out of a voice, because I try to stick to that. So
God, it's a wonderful thing to do. Hello, Monkey.
Monkey's here. Hey, cool. Yep. Yeah, so we're having fun here. And I'm just going to take another photo here of my wonderful Orion Nebula. And here's the parameters. We're taking a picture 20 seconds at 16,000 ISO. You can see the Orion Nebula with your eye, and it kind of looks like what we see right here. So let's take this picture now, 20 seconds. And you're going to see there's additional stuff down here. This nebula is really extensive, and it's right at the edge of a molecular cloud, a giant molecular cloud. It's called the Orion Molecular Cloud Complex, the OMCC. Yes. And most of the cloud is dark, made up of dark dust and molecules. So that's what we see, So when we look here, and of course with the moon out, it's hard to see some of the really faint stuff that's right here. But as the moon begins to set, this will get better. But we do have things we can look at. There are some things. I set up the dome so that we can look a little bit to the left of where the Orion Nebula is. We should be able, I think, to go down here. Let's see if we can even see the Raspberry Nebula. I don't even know if we can. But it's called
Raspberry.
IC for Index Catalog, IC 418. It's a planetary nebula, and the telescope is moving now. How do you know? Well, because you can see the stars moving. And you see the indicator moving right there. So technically, we should have a planetary nebula right in here somewhere. So let's go take a look. We're going to do less than 16,000 here. Let's bring it down to, say, 6,400. And we'll do 15 seconds. No, let's do 10 seconds, because I think that might give us a better view. Okay. And we're just going to try. This is an acquisition shot, trying to get the picture, trying to see if we can capture it. And these planetary nebulae have a characteristic color, so we're going to see if this one has that too. I'm not sure it does. I've actually, believe it or not, never seen this planetary nebula.
Wow.
I know, never have. And it happens a lot, I don't often see these things.
The best part of this is, of course, we don't have to don protective gear or buckle up.
Oh, that's correct. That is correct. Okay, I'm just noticing that I did not get I didn't have a picture get kicked off. And I'm wondering why. Do not understand why. Let me make sure we're connected here. Okay, looks like the camera has disconnected. That's odd. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Has that happened before?
It's rare, but it does happen at times. So I had this happen the other night too, so it was kind of weird. And it doesn't give any indication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit the program, and I'm going to bring it back up.
Papa John and Rockstar 8970 Abol will be glad to hear that.
Okay.
They just came into chat.
Awesome. This is an unexpected issue. Exactly.
We could call it a glitch, could we not?
Yes.
What are we doing?
Definitely. Oh, don't do this. It's definitely a glitch.
We're finding our way, my dear.
Yeah, we had an issue with the camera out in the dome.
Son of a...
Don't say it.
I didn't.
Okay.
Didn't go there.
Just in time.
Yeah.
And here is Daryl. Oh my gosh. Hi, Daryl Mason. Oh,
hey,
hello,
Daryl's here. How you doing, buddy? Hey, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to run out in the dome. So I'm sure you guys can keep everybody going. I'll be back.
Carol, what was the actual problem?
Listen, it's so technical. I don't know, but he
a camera stopped working,
or something. It didn't capture what he wanted to capture, as I take it.
The
Darryl,
telescope camera.
Daryl, if you had only been here, you would be able to analyze that. So.
Okay.
Here's my daily side saying hi, Daryl.
So it was the actual capture camera, not the actual wide view of the telescope.
It could have been the flux capacitor for all I know. Right? Okay.
Yeah, might have been.
Or maybe we're all experiencing transporter psychosis.
It's, once again, another possibility.
Yeah, just tossing it out.
Through the obsidian curtain.
Behind, actually.
Behind the obsidian. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, because actually it began as under thee, and then was changed to behind thee, but regardless, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Who was your guest tonight?
My guest tonight was this unbelievable individual. I want to say, in all the time I've been doing this, never has a radio hour passed so quickly. Joshua Cutchin, spelled Cuthin. He's a tuba player. Oh, extraordinaire. But he's also an author of, his book titles are escaping my mind at the moment, but anybody who wants to Google Joshua Cutchin will be glad. It won't be a waste of time. He writes on various things, such as what a lot of experiencers their experience includes being offered strange things to eat and drink, etc., etc. And Trojan Feast is the title of his first book. Thieves in the Night is his follow-up book, which is about changelings and infant abductions, etc. It's a little dark, yeah. But oh my God, this guy is so brilliant, and his use of language just totally stopped me. He is off the charts amazing.
There was one guy that I used to watch that had a very big vocabulary, and his name was I want to say Jordan for some reason, but I don't think what it was.
That's my son's name, but go ahead.
Yeah. He was kind of maybe Mark would know who I'm talking about. Was it Jordan? No. Man, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was really in one of those top. I wouldn't say ufology, but he was kind of on the David Icke scale.
Okay.
Of person, and man, I wish I could remember his name. Anybody out there that watches any of the ufology stuff, what's the guy's name? He's kind of heavy set. He wears glasses, but he talks about origins of things.
You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night, and that name will be there.
Origins of languages and stuff like that, where words come from that we use today and stuff like that.
Oh, I love that.
I want to say Jordan, but I
wow.
I can't.
I'll try to Google. I'm a word freak. Hello. I want to say hello to to Justin Goodearth and Johnny Law. Hello.
Justin Goodearth and Johnny Law and Papa Tom.
Yes, they are all in chat.
All all in chat.
Safe and secure.
Safe and secure.
I don't do that like you do it. Do it for the audience. Oh God, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, love it.
Especially when you get the filter too. It's pretty funny. It's not very often I make myself crack up, but
yeah. Hey, listen, you're entitled. You're fun. Yeah, quick and clever. Love it.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
Mark,
what was that guy? It's gonna bother me now. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Google.
What? I wanted to say Jordan Peterson, but that can't be it.
It's escaping me. I think I would have remembered Jordan. As I said, that's my son's name.
Yeah, it's definitely not Jordan Peterson. He's a Canadian clinical psychologist, so that's not him.
Oh, if only, would that not be cool? But yeah.
Let me see. What would that guy's name be? Darn it. Yeah, he's like an older guy. He's like pretty old, and he has like glasses, and he does a lot of talks like everywhere. He's like going the same kind of circuits as like the Dolans and stuff like that. But man,
you're not thinking of David Hunter Childress, are you?
No, it's not David Childress. I know who that is.
Okay.
Jordan.
Well,
as I
okay,
said,
then.
he's on the same plane as like David Icke. It's like, Mark, give me a ufologist guy or an origins guy that uses a lot of big words and tells us about origins of words and names. And I thought the guy's name was Jordan, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Well, how dare you?
Anybody in chat want to throw it in? I will contribute.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Monkey says, heavy set white guy with glasses that knows a lot.
Yeah,
and
that's what I got.
Rockstar 8970 says, LOL, nerd. Yeah. Nerds.
Man.
I love nerds.
As soon as I say the name, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, that guy."
Right.
It's not. He's not on. He's not on like TV or anything. He does like talks, and you can mostly find him on YouTube. I thought his name was Jordan, but
I would leave and try to help the Google, but I'm afraid I would never get back. Justin T says Snoop Dogg. No, well, maybe
I'll find
in
it. I'll
some
keep
other
looking.
incarnation. Yeah.
I'll keep looking in the meantime.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Okay. Mark seems to be back at his position.
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine.
Okay. Because I'm trying to bring up the camera again. That's better. I had something happened. What? Why is it saying that?
Tim Elf is here. Hello, Tim. Oh, Tim F.
Tim F,
Not
yes.
Elf. EFF. Tim F. So sorry.
What is going on here? Why can't it set up the camera? Something's not right. It will not connect. See, it shows it, and you double click, and it just immediately says cannot.
That's bizarre.
It is PC remote.
I got it.
Yes?
Got it. Jordan Maxwell.
Okay. Yes, I do know that name. Shame on me. Jordan Maxwell. Okay.
Ah, see?
Yeah.
I told you I'd find it.
All right, I'm heading back. I gotta head back out to the observatory. Talk amongst yourselves.
We plan
All right,
on it.
we will. Know
Sorry,
any good
this is
jokes?
turning out to be a bust.
You ever hear about the lady that backed into the fan?
No. Oh.
Oh boy.
Wow, rim shot.
Yeah,
But
my comedy career is going very good.
Yeah, no, well, listen. Hey, I have so often thought about giving stand-up a chance, but no, I just finally sat down. I see Foggy Range saying hello and saying, and asking, how come it's so dark here? Answer, it's an astronomy chart. I wish I knew what that meant. It's over my pay grade.
I think he meant to say the answer is it's an astronomy chat.
Okie dokie.
See, dark.
Oh, bump rim shot and yeah. Okay,
Yep.
I love that. That's very clever.
One from Foggy Range. See,
Foggy
yeah,
Range.
Rockstar knows his name. Yep, Jordan Maxwell. I thought the guy's name was Jordan. But yes, that's who I was
God,
referring.
I'm not sure why that did not stick in my consciousness. Bad me. But
And was it not exactly what I explained? An older gentleman, kind of chubby, with glasses.
Damn.
That's him. Go ahead, look up Jordan Maxwell.
There you go. Okay, everybody Google. But Google later. Don't leave now.
Yeah.
They can do it if they want to. I mean, what's going on? There's nothing but a black
And you
screen.
can simultaneously. Hello.
Have you ever had any experiences with Jordan Maxwell?
I don't even know what a Jordan Maxwell is. What is a Jordan Maxwell?
I don't know, but
person.
somehow I'm thinking way back when, like when Model A Fords were around. There was a Maxwell. Wasn't there a car called a Maxwell?
Well, if there
was
was.
called a Maxis. A Maxis or something like that.
I don't know. Curtis Horn, hello. Curtis Horn says, want to see Hubble's variable nebula.
Yeah, we're in that region of space, and we can see it. I just have to get I'm having a hardware fault right now, and I'm troubleshooting it in 20-degree weather, so it's tricky.
So hang in there, Curtis Horn.
Yeah,
Don't go away.
Don't go away.
Don't go away.
Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch that dial. We do
Mark,
not
at
wish
this
for you
point,
to touch that dial.
we're just kind of here for moral support.
Oh, I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's all I can provide because, my expertise
Nice
is.
piece in a row.
I'm learning, though.
Yes, I know. Dun, 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 dun.
And it sounds like that song,
Because this is awesome. It's the SkyTour LiveStream.
Ooh, pretty good there, babe. Yeah, you got it. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Yeah, I used to do
beautiful.
opera in college.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh.
But I thought it was more, PG to say that instead of blowing sax.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What? It's a good engine.
Oh, and Curtis Horn just told us that Don's broadcasting it live. Don?
Don?
Don
Who?
Want to
No,
see
Don.
Hubble's variable nebula. Don's broadcasting it live now.
Don.
Don? Who's Don?
Not Don
You know
Ecker.
Don. Everybody knows Don. Who's Don?
I'm so out of the loop then.
I guess I don't know who Don is.
I don't know Don either. Oh, it's Michael's brother Curtis.
Oh.
Just joking.
I'm so confused. Okay, but
I don't think you're meant to know anything, actually.
It's Curtis Horn.
Oh, haha.
We were having a conversation about Michael Horn earlier.
Yes, we were. And the main Billy Meyer proponent. I looked up the meaning, the difference between proponent and exponent, and yeah, it's a thin line.
Very thin.
Curtis Horn says on NSN, what is NSN?
Yeah, what's NSN?
Not sufficient.
Not sufficient news?
Yeah.
Nebula something?
Rockstar 8970 Abel says Don owes me money.
And Papa Tom, we were on earlier for about 2.5 hours, my friend. We had Mark on, we had Carol on, we had Chris from Take Back Space on. It was a lively couple of hours. And actually, that video should be up now, I do believe. I think it's done processing and on the channel.
I just want to say lively, unexpected, chaotic, and knowledgeable, or knowledge-filled. Yeah.
Knowledge-filled is a better way to put it.
Yeah, thanks. To which I contributed nada. But anyway.
NSN. Oh, Night Sky Network. I bet you.
Oh,
okay.
There we go.
Because you said where people broadcast astronomy. Yeah,
Night Sky Network. Okie dokie.
Okay. Well, thank you for the heads up, Curtis. So you think you got it fixed there, Mark?
Camera's up. I'm just trying to rummage through a little issue here.
Loving the music in the background.
Yeah, a little jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Jazzy stuff at times.
My middle name.
All right.
Oh, and
There we go.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, we just refer to that creature as rock.
Yeah, okay. I noted,
Rockstar?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I apologize most heartily. Rockstar.
Well, I mean, that is his name.
Yeah.
Rockstar. You know, you could actually go in and edit that yourself if you want to just Rockstar. I'm pretty sure they'd let you have that name.
Rockstar. I didn't know. I didn't know.
It seems like YouTube more and more people are starting to use like actual names. Like they might not be the real names, but at least they're using like. Cause remember back in the day, like you'd see like a user pop up and it'd say like 87HG Funkadoodle, whatever.
Right.
And now it seems like more and more in this day and age with the rise of social media and people knowing everybody, a lot of people are using names or I think
Yeah. Like my first foray into Inception Radio Network, long gone. Chat was I was techno prisoner because as in take no prisoners, but and then
I got it.
you don't even want to know the names I go under.
Okay. I won't ask. I won't go there.
Probably wise.
Okay. Noted.
Probably very wise. Okay.
I put one in the chat.
Again, Rockstar, I so apologize. I didn't know. Norma Stitz. Okay. No, Noma Stitz. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry I read that. Norma's good, though.
I think you missed something, Carol.
I did.
Yeah, you missed something.
Much.
Here. We got that. Okay, we got all of Canis Major.
It is
Okay.
Norma. I'm looking closely, by the way. Just to interrupt. It is Norma Stitz. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody loves Norma Stitz. I warn you though, if you hang out with her, she causes back problems.
Noted.
Carol, I don't know if you even got it yet. Did you get that?
I'm efforting. There is some embedded humor.
Well, listen, I usually she goes by her first initial, so let me do this. There you go.
Got it. I got it. I don't know if I like it, but I got it. I'm stuck with it now.
Welcome to Keith. Okay.
Okay, Keith, noted.
Okay, let me echo here. Hang up on this call.
Now that left bottom screen mark in
All right.
motion.
And now
What
I
happens
am
when they
back.
leave us around with technical problems?
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh, a little samba. Mm-hmm.
Right? Dun, dun, dun,
That's right.
dun,
Okay.
dun,
So, let me.
dun. Look at my avatar now.
I see Saturn still.
Oh, darn it. Wait a minute. I'll let you go. No, it's not.
I don't ever see anything but Saturn. I don't see any different avatar.
Oh,
for-
wait, that's my Skype. Never mind.
Oh boy. Listen,
I'm so
glad
confused.
it's not just me.
I see Mark's Skype and my Skype, and then another little Skype down here, and then, oh, jeez. Okay.
So, meanwhile, guys, how are you tonight? Sorry about the technical difficulties there, but I believe we have fixed them now.
Mark has fixed the problem.
I believe I fixed the problem. Yep.
Ooh, Monkey says we're in Blade Runner time now, as of this year.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
correct. That's
Pretty
right.
heavy.
That's right. Yes.
Little segue there to Doug Trumbull.
Yeah, and what's interesting is Rucker Howard died in the year that he actually died in the movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, I did not realize that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Time to die.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest monologues ever. in
Ever.
movie history. And he actually improvised some of it. It wasn't.
Really?
Yes, he put his own lines in. Some of it. He kept most of the original cut, but he added his own lines for dramatic flair, and it worked beautifully.
What a legacy.
Mm-hmm. No, the man was fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this one more time here.
From Hollywood into the cosmos.
Here goes the telescope moving up. We should see, and we do. There it is. So just trying to run back to the Orion Nebula just real quick to make sure that we still have it. Okay, so nothing has gone sour with my telescope. Everything is fine. The camera failure was an oddball thing. Could have been a current surge, a lot of static charge out there. So that could be a problem.
Could it be anything connected to your weather?
Well, it's dry. So that's part of the problem.
I guess it's better than humid.
Yes. Keith.
What?
Yeah.
I'm just letting people know in case they want to chat with
In
me.
case they want to chat with you, yeah.
You know, normally I would be in that very place at Earth Radio.
Oh, yeah?
Which is a
so we keeping
epic
you from
reality radio tour. Yeah.
Okay, so if you see that name pop up, that way you'll know it's me.
I will know it's you.
We're keeping you from it. I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh. Please, no.
Something tells me Ronald will survive.
Ronald will. And,
Ronald
Yeah,
will
I
survive.
listen, I want to say that on December 13th, Ronald has secured Calvin Parker,
Oh, yeah.
one of the dudes involved in the Pascagoula, Mississippi abduction experience.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's very good.
And I will be there. You betcha.
Are you going to be interviewing him?
Yeah, kind of a back and forth,
Oh.
indeed.
Like, are you going to be interviewing him?
I will myself. But both of us will. You know,
Let's spend some time. I'm sorry.
Ronald's getting his legs on. He's starting to. He's a lot better when he first started.
Oh yeah, when he interviewed you, he would just ask you a question and move on to the next one without even getting involved in the answer or even asking. He's just like, okay, I asked the question so people now hear the answer and now we can move on. It's like, Ronald, I'll just write them to you in an email and you can read them.
He likes it.
Damn.
Yeah, he did it right.
I'm glad he has been doing it.
Yeah, he is getting his legs under him. Yeah.
Pete Bod says hi. I'm saying hi back.
Hello, Pete Bods.
Okay, so where we are now is this place here called the 13th Pearl Nebula. It's also called the Rubber-Stamp Nebula. Why? Because we like you. No, because for those who watch the Mouse Club.
MOUSE, you bet.
That's right. But we're going to do 20,000 for 10 seconds. Let's do 15. The moon is still out, so it's going to be a little bright. So I'm going to go back to 10. Okay, but 20,000. Let's see what we get. Okay, this.
I'm sorry, we forgot to turn the moon off when we stopped.
Well, yeah, you should have turned the darn moon off.
That pesky moon.
My bad.
Yeah, darn moon, got to turn it off. Try shouting out, you try scrubbing it out, and still that moon's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing, actually.
Right, and right here is this little nebula that has this really cool dark patch in it. That's called the Rubber-Stamp Nebula. And if you notice, right up to the upper left, we have a satellite that's moving through the field. Right there.
Oh my gosh, I see it.
Yeah. So the rubber stamp is there. And if you notice up to the right, there's another satellite moving through the field as well.
Wow, which presents as a horizontal line. That is fascinating.
That's right, because it's still...
What's the exposure time on that?
These are 15 seconds? 10 seconds. Actually, 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So we have one here,
right,
that you can see, and we have one here.
Wow. So we are seeing it's traveling through.
Yes.
Wow.
And we can actually measure the length of this line in terms of arc seconds, arc minutes. And then based on the length of the line, we can calculate the altitude that the satellite has to be at in order to be in orbit at that height. At that, to be at orbit with that length of line. Because we can effectively calculate its speed. That's pretty
Bod
cool.
says, see you on TV, Mark, the other day debunking NASA pics.
Oh, well, It depends what show it was, Pete, because sometimes I kind of explain what they're actually seeing. But they don't, I want them to find something I can't explain. That's all the magic. That's the magic of it, But thanks, Pete. I'm glad you saw it.
That's the magic. Hello, Daily Side, who says, wow, my Daily Side.
My Daily Side,
wow.
Welcome. I haven't seen you here before. Did you subscribe? I hope you did. Hope you subscribe and check this out. Okay. There's 21 of you watching right now. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad to have you guys with us. And then there's
Dirty
Keith.
Sanchez. Did I mention Dirty Sanchez?
Okay, Carol, we're going to have you stop reading names for now.
Okay, sorry. I'll stop. That's it. I'm over. It's over. I will not say one more word. All right.
I'm dying over here.
Oh, your innocence is... Carol, your innocence is
I'm a
beautiful.
newbie, remember.
This is great.
I know, and they're taking full advantage of you.
Yeah. I'd say, I think that's what I'm here for.
It's so great because it's so honest. You know what I mean? It's not like reading it out just, for the sake of reading it. It's just like,
she's
okay.
fine. She's doing fine. She's doing
awesome.
fine. Yeah. Okay, so moving right along. Let's see here.
Oh, he was talking about your debunking of the lunar, the rover on Mars, where they had that picture where it looked like somebody was cleaning the rover.
Yes, yeah. That actually, you know what I did? The way I did that one, I actually built a really accurate model of the Curiosity rover, brought it into my 3D program, set up the lighting just like it was at the time, and reproduced the scene. And you can actually see that the way the rover was configured at that time, the mast cam and the other equipment on the rover conspired to look like a semblance, not even a very good one, but a semblance of a shadow of a person. So that's where that came from. Yeah, that's right.
And hello to Daniel Whitaker.
Daniel Whitaker. Hey, that's nice.
And
good to see you here.
Keisha Fowler.
Yeah, we said hi to
for a
Keisha.
while.
She was here for a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're jamming now.
Oh, come on. It's cool. Here's the link in the chat for the SkyTour LiveStream if you haven't subscribed to it. It's it's our own chat, but hey, check it out. Another thing I want to show you, by the way, while we're in this, is you can see over here when we look at the Rubber-Stamp Nebula here with this beautiful black dust cloud, this black cloud, this molecular cloud that the star is partially obscured by. But if we zoom out a little bit and we look a little bit to the right, okay, you'll see that there are some red stars in the field. These red stars are stars like this you'll find in every field that we take a picture of. See a red one here, red one here. Don't say red room, okay? But these red
Stephen King a lot.
That's right. These red stars are the ubiquitous M-type star that we find, and these particular stars are the most populous star in the universe. There's more of them per field of view than any other type of star. That doesn't mean that there's more red stars in this particular view. Not at all. There doesn't have to be. There could be other types of stars, but overall and on the by and large, you will find that there are more of these stars in the entire universe. In fact, most planets are around these M-type stars. And it makes sense to talk about Jupiter and its moons rather than the sun and its planets when you talk about M-type stars, because they're so small. They're only slightly larger than Jupiter. But Jupiter has to be 80 times as massive to even be the smallest of stars. Okay, so
Curtis wants to know what the NGC number is of the Rubber-Stamp Nebula.
we can tell you right now. So all I have to do is bring up our little guy here. It's NGC 1999 right there, up at the top left.
NGC 1999.
Like Space 1999.
That was a good year.
I tried to watch that again the other day, and I just couldn't. Martin Landau comes out in this form-fitting,
Oh, God.
Oh, God. And Barbara Bain
Oh, God. It was
That
Mrs.
reminds me.
Landau.
Yes, that's right. Mrs. Landau. She married Martin Landau, yeah.
Mark, did you ever see Nvidia debunking the moon landing hoax?
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
That was a great video, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nvidia did a nice job. They actually used some of the techniques that I've used to talk about reflectance off of the moon. The moon is only 13% reflective, right? So when people look at the back of the lunar module and say, well, the moon dust wasn't that reflective, how come you could see the far side of the lunar module? What people don't realize is that the astronaut himself was standing there, and those moon suits were 88% reflective, and that reflected so much light and threw so much light that it was more than enough to totally illuminate the far side of the lunar module when they were standing on the other side in the shadow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool. What we never got to see was how that shadow changed as the astronaut moved. As the astronaut moved, that shadow would brightly illuminate it, and then suddenly it's no longer illuminated because he's turning. Really cool. Really cool stuff. I like that.
I just wish the general public could know all this.
Well,
that's Mark's job.
Yeah.
One by one, educating.
Kicking and screaming sometimes, yes.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, yes.
And Mark, this is where I'm going to bail out just because I got to get before. So.
What a
I
liar.
got to go for 3.5 hours.
Hey, Keith.
100-mile drive. But
Keith.
I thank you for having me on, and I thank you for joining me earlier.
Oh, it was a great time, Keith. Thank you. And thank you, Keith Ickes from P&K Space Imaging. I will see you again, and we'll talk again.
Yep. I'll still have it on. I'll still be listening.
All right. As you fall asleep.
Yep.
And Keith, I just want to toss in, pleased to meet you.
Yeah, you too. And you know what? I'm pretty sure we'll have many conversations to come.
Oh, yeah.
I can only hope so. The start of a beautiful friendship, yes?
Ooh.
Oh, God, and that. I don't know. I'm still going to weigh in on that because it's a haunting thing. But, get a lot of good sleep and have a great day tomorrow.
It's haunting.
Absolutely. And you guys be safe as well.
Thank you.
Yep. See you later.
See you, Keith. Bye-bye. Keith has left, and you are with us still, yes?
He has left the building.
That's right.
I'm hanging in till you cut. Just if you want to boot me out, let me know. But I'm here. Yep.
No, not a problem.
All
I'm just bringing up the red supergiant in Orion, Betelgeuse, right here.
With a little bit of Eric Satie as the musical underscore.
You got it.
Yeah.
And you can see in our planetarium program, you can see Betelgeuse here. It is a massive red supergiant star that does not look like a normal star when you get up close to it. Why would we know? Because we can image the actual size of Betelgeuse. It's one of the few stars we can see because it's so massive in size.
Wow.
I say massive in size. Mass relates to size mentally, but not actually. It is massive, but it's also...
Could you elaborate on that for people who just don't get it like me?
Yeah. When you talk about something that's massive, you assume it's also big in size. In Betelgeuse's case, that's true. But you can have a lot of mass in a very small space. For instance, a neutron star is only literally the size of, say, New York, Manhattan Island.
Wow.
But it weighs more than Betelgeuse.
So
by far.
Would the word density apply here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The density is very high, and thus that makes it a very, very massive object, even though it might be small in size. Okay? So Betelgeuse, on the other hand, is a massive star, meaning it's got a lot of mass, but it's also large in size. If you put Betelgeuse where the sun is, the orbit of the outer edge of Betelgeuse would go out approximately to Mars.
Oh, wow.
It's a huge, huge star. And it may already have gone supernova. That's the other magical thing about Betelgeuse. I'm going to bring us a little bit closer to Betelgeuse here. Bring it up. And bring us up closer here. And now I will come in and take a picture. We'll do 10 seconds, and we're going to get the blue because of the moon, but I'll do 10 seconds at 12,800, just so you can get a good look at what a red supergiant looks like. We can't see the disk of a star. It's bright and bloated because of its brightness, okay?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Right, but this, okay, well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, this, if we do, that was a function key, I didn't mean to hit that. There we go. So, looking here, this is Betelgeuse now, and Betelgeuse, well, the thing about Betelgeuse is it may already have gone supernova, because it is going to go supernova. That's its ultimate outcome. And I took that picture to show you all the many stars in the field around Betelgeuse. These are not necessarily near it at all. Space is 3D, remember. So
yes.
This star could be far, far closer to us than Betelgeuse, or much, much more distant. Okay, same with every other star you can see in this field. But Betelgeuse is 450 light years away, and if it went supernova 449 years ago, we still would see Betelgeuse like this until the rest of the light train makes its way past us, which has with it the exploding star's light. And when it goes supernova, and boy, I really hope it goes supernova in my lifetime, because I'd like to see a supernova, especially this close.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it would end up being a beautiful nebula right there. But that's Betelgeuse, okay? And I thought it would be kind of cool to check it out right now. And I'm going to check us into another thing here. But go ahead, yes.
In my ignorance, I will ask you, you said that it may already have done so? And how would we determine that?
Well, we wouldn't be able to know. We just know that it's at the very end stages of its life. Okay? This we know from studying the fact that it's a red supergiant. It's got these really strange, big, giant, swollen bubbles on it all around. So that sets weird convection patterns going on in the upper atmosphere of the star. So the star is probably very, very close to supernova. Now, very, very close on the terms of the universe means maybe in 10,000 years or 500,000 years. But more likely, anywhere between 10,000 years and a few 100,000, it's going to go supernova. But had it already done so, which is a possibility, we won't see that until the light reaches us. Because remember, the light coming from there is 450 years old.
Yeah.
So if it blew up, 449 years ago, we have years more of light to get to us before we see it.
Got it.
You follow?
I to the best of my ability, oh yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Whitaker, that's a really good question. He asked, when Betelgeuse finally does go, would you be able to see it during the day? It's possible, because there's a star in the constellation of Taurus, which went in 1054 AD, and it was visible during the day. And now the star that actually created the Crab Nebula in Taurus is not even visible anymore. But it was visible during the day for a few short weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 1054 AD. That's before 1066 in the Battle of Normandy. So like, what is there anything recorded? Is there any written account? Yeah. Yeah,
the Chinese astronomers witnessed this, and they did note what happened, that there was this new star in the sky that was visible even during the day.
Wow.
And that was from the supernova. So to answer your question there, Daniel, it's possible we will be able to see it during the day, yes.
Wow.
And the other thing...
Wow.
Oh, sorry. And Ted asked another good question. Are we in the blast zone for Betelgeuse? Thankfully, Ted, no. Which is why I want to see it go.
Yeah.
Okay. If there was any, if James Dugan rightly says the Chinese recorded it, and he's absolutely right, they did. See, I have the most intelligent listeners and viewers.
I know, this
on this
is
entire
just
planet.
amazing. Oh God, it's amazing. But it fits. It's perfect.
Yeah. So when Betelgeuse goes, Betelgeuse is only 450 light years away, which is not that far, relatively speaking. And the Crab is further. So Betelgeuse could be visible during the daytime hours quite brightly, actually. And then we would see an immediate within just a year or two, we would actually see the nebula around it starting to work its way out and expand outward.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so
Would
it'd be
we
really
get
cool.
a heads up before we saw that?
Oh yeah, the star would brighten, and that would be the star, literally blowing its guts out. Because this will be what's called a core collapse supernova. The last elements being fused in the star will run out. The fuel will run out, and gravity will win, and from all sides, the star is going to crush down onto the core of the star, the core of itself. And when it does, the core of the star can't go anywhere. It's iron. It's got iron in it, and iron cannot be crushed further except from great input of energy. And so the star will rebound, and that core will just blow up. And in that process, more elements are being made, but also there's a lot of light liberated because that's a very, very energetic reaction, extremely energetic. So that's and that'll happen with Betelgeuse. So it'll be very interesting. Another interesting thing is Alnitak. Let's take a look at Alnitak here. Alnitak is another bright star. It's actually it's an O9. It's actually an O-type star, and these O-type stars are very, very volatile. They only last literally a few million years, and then they will blow themselves to smithereens. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, these O stars are, again, very volatile. They're very blue. They're the bluest of stars. All right. Yeah.
Amanda Blue.
Yes, that's right. Amanda Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we take a look at this star, let's just head a little bit east here. We're going to pull us up. Okay, and then just zip a little west. A little more. Okay, and now we'll do 10 seconds at 12,800 here too, just so you can see the difference between that beautiful red of Betelgeuse and the one of the hottest stars in the universe right here, Alnitak. Okay.
Wow.
So here comes Alnitak, right? That is an immense blue star. You'll notice this fuzzy thing here. This is actually the Flame Nebula. It's called the Flame Nebula because it looks like a flame. All right. And I don't think the processing is gonna show us anything here right now. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, just this misty thing.
Yeah, we're not. Again, the moon is out, so it's kind of hard.
Right.
But Alnitak is extremely powerful star. It's an O9, so it's almost a B-type star. The O0, O0 through 9, and then B0 through 9. It's an O9, and you'll notice right here, one of those ubiquitous M-type stars that we're talking about, those little tiny red stars.
Yeah.
There's probably many more in this image, but we can't see them because they're too faint, even for our telescope to have taken pictures of them. So there's a lot of really interesting stars. and Alnitak is, Daniel Whitaker, Alnitak is an extremely massive star as well. Hottest and bluest, on our Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, which categorizes our stars, Alnitak is right up there with some of the hottest stars and most massive stars. Yeah.
I'm seeing a tiny point of light right above. I would say 11 o'clock. What is that?
This here?
Yes.
Oh, that's a star that's right near Alnitak. Okay.
Okay.
If we go look, right in our planetarium here, okay, we can see
there
it.
Is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we get a lot of glare from Alnitak, but we're looking at this star right here.
Yes, right.
Okay. And it's sitting above, and we don't have the spectral type on it. We don't know which one it is, what type it is, but it's a small field star, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know you want to look at nebulae and stuff, and we do that a lot, but we have to wait because the moon is still out. and we have to wait for that to go away. We can see some of the brighter things. This is a little misty looking nebula. This is called the Casper, the Friendly Ghost Nebula.
I love it.
And we have fun with Casper, yes. So
Right.
if we're going to go over here and bring this back. Okay, now we're
How
going
long has it had that name?
to... this one here? The Casper, the Friendly Ghost?
Casper, yes, right.
Well,
Obviously, after the Casper, the friendly ghost became a character.
I just can't tell you. I do
Yeah.
not know.
But that's interesting.
Yeah, but it's called Messier 78. It's also
Yes,
one of
right.
the well-known Messier objects that Charles Messier put together in an attempt to find objects that would not be confused for comets. So he says, this is not a comet, ignore it. Turned out these are among
Never
the
mind.
most
Okay.
interesting objects in the sky. You know? And
Mm.
I'm noticing that my 12:30 alarm went off and my lights in my office here
Oh no.
went out. So that's okay. They're Wi-Fi
Time to
connected.
go to bed.
Well,
Game over.
I'm not going to.
Okay, we'll see. Hey, defy it.
See, that's what I do. Now I'm eating up a lot of bandwidth, so you'll just have to put up with me not showing up too well in the corner. That's all. right.
Oh gosh, that's the best part.
Oh, yeah, right. So here we go. Let's go to Casper the Friendly Ghost for a couple seconds and check it out. Here we go. And you can see the stars moving here as we head over there. And you'll notice that you don't see too many stars. I'm wondering, I don't think we have an issue here. In other words, with the dome. Let me just make sure. I'm going to bring the dome back up here.
Right, and so this way you're alleviating or eliminating the possibility of clouds. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and now we have, let's see here. Yeah, you can see the telescope is pointing quite nicely up through the slot of the dome. Not a problem. Okay, so now we come over here and we can see a few stars. Let's actually take a shot of the Casper, the Friendly Ghost. And we'll do 15 seconds at 12,800, even though the moon is out. And let's see what we get.
I promise I won't sing the song.
Actually, I don't remember the song.
Oh.
And neither do you.
Oh, yeah, well, I just the first line. You could do it, Mark. It's a Casper, the friendly ghost. Yeah.
Why
The
did
friendliest
you-
ghost in town. Oh, please. So sorry.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, there is the Casper, the Friendly Ghost Nebula right there.
Wow.
And it's just a little fuzzball. Okay. Which is kind of cool. It's kind of neat, but there's not much that shows when the moon's out. And there's a little processing to kind of call it out a little bit. All right. Neato.
Neato coolo. Swell, even.
Yeah. Swell, neato, cool. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Or,
now.
or sweet. We could say sweet now.
That's right. Sweet. Ah, sweet. Shut up, Cartman. Yeah, so let's take a look here. I guess you can still see me in silhouette here.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. So that's cool. Let's see what else now. There's so many things to see in the sky. And this is Sirius, the dog star. And, of course, this is Canis Major right here. Okay.
Wow.
And Canis Major is, of course, one of Orion's hunting dogs. There it is. Okay.
Hello, puppy.
That's right.
Hey, Dingo.
And it looks like my dog Dingo. That's right. Yeah. And, of course, he's chasing Lepus the hare. Okay. Yeah. And
Puppy bunny.
like
Okay.
like many people think of, they say, well, how could anyone ever see anything in the sky? I don't see anything in the sky. And I agree. That's not very likely, you know? But again, when you had so many places to look where the sky was so pitch black. And the stars were brighter than you can ever imagine they were. Then you saw things in the sky. Because when you looked up at night, it still took your breath away. You know, it's just something. And there are places still on this planet where you can have your breath stolen out of your lungs by the beauty of the night sky. It is absolutely phenomenal.
It is breathtaking. I think Oregon, the Snake River, was when I first, after having, lived for a long time in the Los Angeles basin with lots of light pollution, smog, etc.
Yeah.
And looking up at those stars in Oregon, well, it knocked the wind out of me. It's like I intellectually, I knew they were there, but the emotional response was off the charts.
That I can believe. Totally buy that.
Beach Dennis is in their house and
hey, how's it going?
Asks about, he says, Sirius is 8.6 light years from Earth and has a companion star, yes?
Yes, that's correct. The Sirius B. And there's some mythology surrounding in ancient mythology here where certain Indians could see a companion star to Sirius, yet we know Sirius B is a companion star that's a white dwarf, which is not even visible to anybody. So how could they see it?
Oh boy.
That was the question. Well, they could have seen it if it was a bigger star at the time, and through the centuries just happened to be diminishing in size to its end state status. So that's one of the theories that it's my theory. I'm not sure if it's real or not, or if it's true. But it is what it is.
It tracks, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, in my non-scientific brain, that tracks.
Yeah, it could be. It could very well be. I'm looking at my motion sensor out near the observatory. It caught something moving out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we have a lot of bears in the neighborhood, so...
Yeah, so just, stay inside.
Oh, I'm seeing...
Of course, my brain is saying it's
I see.
it's E.T., it's an...
No, there is something there. I can actually see its eyes.
Really?
It turns toward the camera, and the infrared beams into its eyes, and it shows up. Wow.
Okie dokie. What would your take be
I don't
on
know.
what this is?
It could be a bear, could be a raccoon, could be alien.
Yeah.
Hope it's an
Wouldn't that
alien.
be incredible?
Oh, I hope it's an alien. Yeah. So, just so you know, we just came to this location here. It's an object, not that. It's an object down here called Thor's helmet. Now, we've seen Thor's helmet before, and I've shown it to you before. Let's do 15 seconds at 12,800 for now. But Thor's helmet is a special location because there's a star inside this nebula that is causing this nebula to be glowing as it is. And we're just doing a one-shot image, but let's see if we can capture it with the moon out. It's going to be tough because we have a lot of blue. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not really showing up too well.
Daniel Whitaker in chat is saying, Indiana cornfields in the early 60s, laying on my back with the entire sky spread overhead. It didn't take a few seconds to spin my perspective, so I was standing and looking out. Still thrills me.
Yeah. It does indeed, doesn't it? Okay, this is the object we're looking for, but I just have to move us over. Let me just do that right now. I do that
Take
right
it away.
now. Woo! Ooh.
Oh boy.
You're bad. Okay, here we go. All right, so move us over a little bit more. And then kick us back. All right, wait a second and do 20 seconds at 12,800 ISO sensitivity. Thank you very much.
Mission impossible.
Dink, dink, yep.
Actually, Mission Possible, you're doing it.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
Foggy Range says Sasquatch may be into astronomy.
That's true. Hey, that's Chewbacca.
Hilarious, but I like it.
Yeah, here it is. This, a little out of focus. I'm going to have to do some critical focus here, guys. But this bubbly thing you're looking at right here, this is a very special nebula. It's a nebula that is blown up like a balloon, and it's got a lot of oxygen atoms in here and more. It's sort of a teal blue.
Kind of looks like an apostrophe.
Yeah, it has. There's some down here as well.
The field around it, right?
Yeah, and this is it's called Thor's helmet, and it's actually a nebula that's created by a very, very hot star that was throwing off its outer layers, but it wasn't a star that was dying quite at the moment. It was actually just powering off these outer layers. That's a special star called the Wolf-Rayet star.
Wow.
Very, very hot. And I'm gonna try and focus here because as temperature changes, you can see the focus changes.
Right.
So we're going to refocus here.
While you're refocusing, I'll tell you that officially Space says, hey, have the Celestron Next Star 130 SIT. No.
SLT?
SLT. Yeah. Have any opinions on this scope?
The operative word there is Next Star. Next Star is a telescope that will allow you to just tell it where you want to go and you'll be able to see the objects. But you do have to align the telescope. That is, it has to be aligned with the Earth's axis and the way the Earth turns, so that you can actually, and you know this. I'm just telling you. I know that officially Space knows that, but for the rest of the folks, that don't, you have to align the telescope with the Earth's axis so that you can have the telescope follow the rotation of the Earth smoothly and error-free. Nothing's error-free. My telescope took a substantial amount of time to get just right, but once I got it just right, I was able to, basically turn it on and it works every time. I don't have to align it with the sky every time because it's on a pier, it's in a dome, it's always ready to go. But you can't use it manually. That's the only problem. You can't go in there and unlock the axes and just move the telescope around and then, expect that it's going to know where it is. You can't do that. Yeah.
Marco has checked in and says, Mark, hi.
Hey, Marco.
And then a bunch of stuff that goes way back to Inception Radio Network chat. No, Marco, I never was mad at you. Okay, that's another story. And there was a question here. Or a comment. Foggy Range says, it's Bobo and Yogi looking for a nice spot to relax. Yeah.
You mean Boo Boo?
Yeah, he wrote Boo Boo, and I should have said, yeah, he wrote Bobo, but it's Boo Boo. Yeah,
hey, Boo Boo.
Yeah. Hey, Boo Boo. Right.
Why don't we go get another picnic basket?
Okay, Yogi, let's go.
Okay, Boo Boo. Uh-oh, it's Mr. Ranger, sir. Yogi Bear, what are you doing over there? Remember that? Yogi Bear show?
Indeed. I just want to throw in, Mark, if this astronomy gig doesn't work out for you, there's a place in voiceover.
Yeah. Astronomy has to work.
It will. Oh, it's working.
I lost a lot of the imitations I used to do, and after I had all those strokes on the operating table,
Oh, damn.
I had 8, during the surgery that they never caught. So
8. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, that's why I was, totally blind and quadriplegic. And so that was like 4.5 years ago, right? So I recovered nearly fully in about 2.5 months afterwards. They said it was going to take 2 years minimum, and I was like, nah, no way. It's not going to happen that way.
Well, see, that's who you are. You somehow knew that everybody out here was counting on you to make it. And you did. And oh my God, we're glad.
Oh, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. All right, let me try that. Let me bring a star
Your
up
job
here.
description. Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know what my job description is.
Oh, it's this. You're doing it.
Oh, okay.
And we're
That's
so
good.
grateful.
I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do. I'm bringing up the. I'm gonna bring up the focusing screen here.
Yeah, well, don't forget to focus on your contributions to everybody. It's off the charts.
Oh.
Well, that's just okay. Just saying.
Well, I appreciate that. It's very, very kind.
Well, I mean it.
Well, thank you. You humble me.
Oh, boy. No. Right back at you for including me in this. Oh, I can't even say. But
No,
anyway,
this is
look, what
marvelous.
are we looking at here?
This is just
my.
just a star. I'm in a magnified mode right now because I'm actually trying to focus it. So you're gonna see. I'm not gonna change the focuser on the dome. So now you can see it's out of focus. Now I'm gonna bring it into focus.
Before we focus on it, officially
we
Space
go.
says, thanks for answering my questions. Always. Your live streams are so awesome. Keep up, and then the hand clap moniker, icon, emoji. And keep up the awesome work. You seem so experienced and always funny and helpful. You bet.
Betty said you both do.
Damn. Well, yeah, well, I'm just a bystander here because my my expertise in this area, well, it's been upped a lot, spiked indeed by watching you and this experience. But I come as a newbie.
No, that's okay. You know what? There's a lot of things in astronomy that I'm a newbie about, believe it or not.
Wow.
I mean, we can't know everything. And as an astronomer, I can tell you that over time, the more I thought I've known, the less I actually seem to really know. Because the universe throws curves at you every time you think you know something. So I'm at the point where I don't. I talk to regular science. I talk to science, but I leave the way open for a new science, which is actually why I'm doing the new science tour with Ket Thorvaldsen, and you know Ket.
Yes.
See, now this is a little better. So let me.
Beach Dennis, by the way, throws in it's his first time here.
I think that's great, Dennis. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to see you subscribe. Yeah, here it is. Now you can actually see, now that it's focused, you can actually see this beautiful wispy bubble.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? It's just beautiful.
It's
Let's go
just,
and just do a view.
it's almost, well, unreal, surreal. Oh, wow.
Isn't that
Look
pretty?
at that.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, and see, officially Space did say both of us. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. That warms the cockles of me heart.
And Beach Dennis, you can ask a question. Of course you can. That's what this is all about. Feel free. So yeah, so this beautiful bubble here is made by this very hot Wolf-Rayet star in the middle, which is probably this star right there.
Wow.
Okay. And as it blows stuff out into the interstellar medium, it's blowing stuff off into areas of varying density. So there's other clouds of gas and dust out here that are different densities, and those will slow down and impede the cloud in some directions. So maybe there's more on this side and less on this side, so it can quickly go this way and less quickly this way. The Hubble Nebula is an example of that we've seen over on the other side of the sky.
Wow.
Well, officially Space, ever thought about running Astronomy Podcast or any other project? Well, yeah, I mean, this SkyTour LiveStream is kind of like our Astronomy Podcast on clear nights. And I do have the KGRA radio SkyTour radio show from 8 to 10 on Sunday nights. Listen to us on a couple days on Sunday night. It'll be a live show. My co-host there is Amanda Curran, and we have Daryl Mason from Colorado on with us. He's another astronomy guy who's very knowledgeable about the business of looking through telescopes and seeing stuff in the sky. And he fills in where with the practical nature of observing, where many times we all don't get to do all of those things. We only do pieces of that stuff. Not all of it. So let me just bring this up a little closer to make it clear. Yeah, look at those wisps. You can really see them clearly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area of Thor's helmet. Although I would tell you this: if we were there, we'd be dead. It's really way too hot a region for us to survive as human beings.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Thor's helmet, and look here. There's so much to see here. I don't know when to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what Amanda will tell you.
You're right. Yep. That you say, okay, I'm through. It's over, and then another hour later.
Yeah. Wait. Wait. One more thing. Wait. Another thing. Wait.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Well, it's the infinite quality of what you do.
I know, right? Let's jump over to the Seagull Nebula.
Ooh.
So here we go.
Oh, that's my seagull impression. I got to work on it.
Well, it's okay. I thought it was a crow, but that's all right.
Well, thanks a lot. Okay.
Hey, Ted, good night. Thanks for coming. It's great to see you again.
Bye-bye.
Hey, here we go. We got Taz. What's going on, Taz? From Tasmania.
Tasmania. Wow.
Yeah. Not many people know where Tasmania is.
Oh. It's the land of Tasmanian devils, yes.
Yes, that's the mythology, sure. But sure, that's the last place they were seen. But fantastic! I'm glad that you joined us here. If you haven't subscribed, please do, Taz. Just click that
says
subscribe.
He loves your channel and your radio show and wants you to keep up the good work, mate.
Yeah. That's Tasmaniac.
Yeah.
Very cool. Actually, Tasmania is on my bucket list. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Tasmania. And, I'll go to New Zealand too, but I really want to do Tasmania over New Zealand. I've always said that too.
Wow.
But Australia is the primary. And look who's here. James Dugan. Okay, James Dugan is from Australia.
Well, perfect.
Yep.
Ted Bronson is saying good night.
That's right. That's what Taz says. Yeah, it's the island down under, down under. That's correct. That's exactly right.
Yeah, love it.
It's down under, down under. James Dugan.
Dennis is in Santa Monica. Yeah. So
awesome.
Tasmania. Anyway,
he's closer to you.
What?
Beach Dennis is closer to you.
Yes, he is quite close to me. I'm inland, but yeah.
Yeah, you're in Claremont, and he's in Santa Monica.
That's right.
Okay, and I'm in Connecticut, soon to be in Arizona.
Oh my God! Yeah, talk about a transition. Oh baby.
Yeah. And Ted Bronson, again, thank you for coming. We'll see you next time. So the thing is, and for those that didn't hear the update that I talked about on P&K Space Imaging, the update is that the Arizona Observatory for SkyTour LiveStream is coming along. We got our first influx of money from many of you wonderful contributors. The GoFundMe has been successful so far. We have a long way to go still, but I'm hoping that folks can see their way to donate and give us that opportunity. We got the land out there secured. It's a 5-acre spread 60 miles west of Phoenix out in the Sonoran Desert.
Cleared and fenced, as I understand.
It's cleared and it's fenced and it's ready for an observatory. I was just out there a few weeks ago, and it looks beautiful. I did a live stream from there. The Wi-Fi was terrible where I was standing, but we're not going to have Wi-Fi. We're going to be using wired connections.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're actually going to be running cables through pipes, back to the main facility. It's entirely off the grid. The observatory is going to be fully green. We're not going to be wasting any energy. We're going to be using solar panels to create energy and windmill. So we have both types of power that will provide all the power for SkyTour LiveStream. So we're going to be a fully green observatory. I really am proud of that.
And as well you should be.
Yeah, I mean, that's due to the fact that the owner of the land, who is a former Lawrence Livermore scientist,
right,
and good friend, he is off the grid, and he has a beautiful place out there, and he and his wife have allowed me the gracious use in perpetuity, legally too, to use the land for SkyTour LiveStream. And
oh my God,
I'm humbled by it.
Humbled, and wow, what a blessing! In perpetuity. That's a phrase that is absolutely pertinent and very important.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's see here. Let me see where we are.
David Schmidt said that he says, I love YouTube. They were actually kind enough to send me a notice that Mark was live only 45 minutes after the show started. But hey, that's better than nothing.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, David Schmidt is listening from a long way away, so maybe the signals take a long time to get to Bangkok, Thailand.
Oh my God, that's where he is.
That's
Holy
right.
Bananas. Wow.
Yeah, when it's like 10 o'clock here, it's 10 o'clock in the morning there.
Yeah.
It's really something. Let's zoom out here. Yeah, it's hard to see.
Taz Hacks, I just want to toss this in. Taz Hacks says, fully green and clean. Right on, brother.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm very pleased because you this day and age, if you're gonna run something, you might want to do it clean, right? And that's what this is about. We're gonna be clean and green. And I'm appreciative for the opportunity to do that and make it nice and green. The solar panels, I pointed out in the stream, showing people the stream, they're like 5 by 12, and there's 2 of them, 5 feet by 12 feet, and they follow the sun. They're on a heliostat that follows the sun all day long. At the end of the day, they throw away power because they just, traditionally didn't have any, but they've converted over to better battery systems for storage, and now they get a far more efficient system going here. And when I walked into the storage facility, when I'm looking at the energy storage, it's like, wow, big stainless steel cabinets full of batteries that were very, very high tech. It was really, really cool. Oh, amazing.
Outstanding.
Oh yeah, really good. Yeah, see, we can't see anything here with the stars because of the moon is still out. But we're looking at these beautiful cluster of stars that are here. That's really pretty. Indeed.
Gorgeous.
It really
Just
is.
Amazing. Beach Dennis wants to know what your thoughts are about the Big Rip theory.
The Big Rip?
Where it's, and this is new to me, where it is said that the universe ends being ripped apart by dark energy, or is it going to contact again in the far future? Contract. I'm sorry, not contact. Contract.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to say, Dennis, one of the things that I think is pretty interesting about the universe is that we don't really have answers for a lot of this. I can say this that I think is true. If dark energy is going to tear apart the universe, it's because the universe is accelerating outward. So theoretically, everything should approach the speed of light someday if it's accelerating outward. But I don't know that that's really what's going on. I do know that dark energy came about for a very specific reason, and that was because the Hubble Constant was anything but constant, as it turned out. The Hubble Constant was meant to give us the expansion rate of the universe. And this expansion rate of the universe was set in 1929 by Edwin Hubble. And, of course, named the Hubble Constant. And it became the mainstay of astronomy for being able to determine expansion rates of the universe and how far away things were, how old the universe was. It was the core for a lot of fundamental beliefs about the universe. And when the Planck telescope made some startling observations, especially of the 3-degree background radiation, the problem became where the Hubble constant couldn't be what it was. It had to be something else, and the new determination was such that they found that the Hubble constant was greater than it was. It was accelerating. And that's something that shouldn't be. And the only way it could be is if something was causing the universe to accelerate outward. Because there's no, 13 billion years later, 13.8 billion years later, there's nothing that's going to be an indicator of an indicator of an explosive universe, that the explosion of the original universe is not going to still be expanding. So billions of years later, something would have happened to slow it down, stop it, or have it continue. But to accelerate, that's just not heard of. And so that's why dark energy came about. That's why dark energy at all. The other thing was with dark matter, which is the converse. When you look at dark matter, okay, we look at these stars here. They're all part of the galaxy, right? And our galaxy, the galaxy we live in, is the Milky Way. And our Milky Way galaxy is a galaxy that actually is a beautiful galaxy, right? Let me see if I can get us to see something here. I'm going to try and bring up a screen here for us. There it is.
While you're doing that, I want to toss in that Cindy Murphy says,
Hi, Cindy.
Love being allowed so much to learn. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Oops, sorry. Let me just bring us back to the galaxy. There it is, right here. Okay.
Totally, Cindy. Yep. Down with that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay, hang on a sec. This will fix it. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the Trifid Nebula, and this is what I want to show you. So, this is the Andromeda Galaxy. We shot this here in SkyTour LiveStream. Let me shrink it down so you can see the whole thing. Now, when we look at these galaxies, the center of the galaxy here has stars that are moving around the center of the galaxy. We have circulated our galaxy about 19.5 times since our inception. Okay. 4.6 billion years ago. So all the stars rotate around the galaxy. But Mercury, for instance, let's compare the planets going around the sun to the stars going around the galaxy. The stars closest into the center should be moving fastest around the center of the galaxy. The stars on the outside should be moving at a more leisurely pace, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're farther out. They don't need to have as much energy to circle the galaxy, because they will stay in orbit because gravity is less farther out. That was the understanding. So what we see is that like our solar system, Mercury speeds around the sun. Okay, Jupiter goes slower around the sun. Pluto goes even slower around the sun. So in the galaxy, we figured it's the same kind of model. Stars closer to the nucleus go faster. Stars farther out go slower and slower and slower until the ones on the outside just move at a very slow, leisurely pace. Well, I told you the universe likes to throw us curves. Well, here's a big curve. When we measured the speeds of stars from the middle of a galaxy, like the Andromeda Galaxy, outward, we saw that the curve isn't one where they're high up near the speeds are high near the center and then drop off, okay, near the outside. No. In fact, the speeds in the center are what they are, and the speeds outside, out here, are faster. So in other words, it's not going slow and leisurely. It's actually going much, much faster than the stars in the center. It's spinning like this is a rigid disk.
Wow.
And that's something that we did not expect. And it looks like Newtonian physics was broken. Newtonian kinematics was all screwed up, if that was the case. Well, it turns out that that wasn't the case. Yes, they are spinning like a rigid disk, the galaxies. However, it turns out in order to explain that, we have to call upon something else that's dark that we don't know. And that's why they're called dark this and dark that. Not that we think they're black in color, but because we don't know what they are.
Dark as in obscured information.
That's right. And what causes galaxies to spin like a rigid disk, we think of something called dark matter.
Oh, there we go.
And that's where dark matter comes from. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of how that works with, well, that's exactly how we think it works, which means it probably will be all wrong in 3 years when they figure out more. And I'm open to that. That's okay. But the current science says that dark matter is the reason why galaxies spin as rigid disks. Another theory, which I kind of like, dovetails in with the multiverse theory, where we actually have more than one universe that was spawned when the Big Bang occurred. And because see, if 73% of the universe is dark energy and 23% is dark matter, then 96% of the universe is stuff we can't understand yet, leaving only 4% that we understand. And of that 4% we understand, 2% of it is missing. We can't find it. So we have taken probes outside of our solar system, landed on Mars countless times, landed on Venus, sent probes to Mercury, examined the sun, gone to Jupiter, gone to Pluto, and so forth, and left the solar system entirely with the Voyager space probe, knowing only 2% of the universe. Can you imagine if we knew 6%?
Wow.
How about 12%? Dare I say 36%? You know,
you say, yeah.
Where will it stop? Where will we finally be able to say, wow, check out what we know, you know? And then there's other galaxies out there, like this one. This is called Messier 33. This is just circled because this is a large Orion Nebula type complex in this distant galaxy, which is just over 2 million light years away, which is about the same distance as the Andromeda Galaxy we just saw. Okay, and here you can see in this galaxy, you can see these little fuzzy guys right here. These are globular clusters in this galaxy. Globular clusters like we have in ours. But then these reddish fuzzy things are other nebulas in this distant galaxy. So we can see all kinds of things going on out there. These are hot young stars called OB associations. Okay, again, the spiral arms here, and then this is a massive complex here. So this is another one, and again, spinning like a rigid disk, not winding up. These spiral arms aren't winding up. You would think they would, because as a kid, it looks like this is on its way to winding up into a tight little ball. And it's not. It's the oddest thing. See? So, you know, we have all kinds of crazy things that we have seen and explored in the universe. And I know that our next foray, and when we go out into space, we're going to be looking for life elsewhere, like we do at Mars and other places now. But it's going to be quite a little adventure, because we don't have the knowledge to get out there now. But we're going to learn, and when we can harness the energy to go interstellar, which could be in as little as 100 years, by the way.
That's dramatic.
Yes, we're going to be heading to Alpha Centauri to see the Proxima Centauri b, and see that planet. Can you imagine the first time we get footage back? Here's a photo of an exoplanet taken by one of our probes heading to Proxima Centauri B. Won't that be amazing? Gosh.
Breaking news.
That's breaking historic news. I mean,
Yeah.
the network that does that will, it's just going to be crazy.
It might happen during ratings week. That's all I can think of, but to toss in. But do you think that information will be suppressed?
I don't know. I do want to address something though, in the chat. John Bergeron and
right.
Thankfully my lovely wrenches have wiped some of the comments out. But I don't want dissenting views thrown out. I appreciate it, but he says, dare I say you have no proof of anything, you say just all theories. And then another one he says, this guy thinks before he thinks he knows. Well, John, it's okay. That opinion is fair, and I don't mind it. I don't mind people that have those views. I'll tell you why, because I think that your approach is one where you're skeptical and you would like proof. I think that's a fantastic thing, John. Absolutely a wonderful thing. I have no animosity whatsoever. I'd be happy to discuss it with you. Now, I don't know how much you know about me, but I did get a degree in astronomy, and I've been working in astronomy for many years, and so I do know what I think I know, and that does change for sure. As we learn new things in astronomy, my thoughts and all my processes have to change. And if that's something that bothers you, just cogently explain why. All right, instead of hurling invectives. I mean, I'd rather answer a cogent argument than have people having to time you out because you're misbehaving like a petulant child.
Oh.
Well, no, I mean it's true.
Make it exactly. Make it a debate rather than a tantrum.
Yeah. All right, so John, you're unhidden. So if you have a question, pose it. I'm happy to answer it, or tell you what I think the answer could be. Now, I might say to you right up front, I don't have all the answers. I never said I did. As an astronomer, we know what we know to this point in time. And what we think we know can be changed and could be wrong. So your comments earlier could very well be true. We might not know what we're talking about. But it's not because we haven't tried. It's not because we haven't done research. And by research, I don't mean looking at YouTube videos and listening to the latest conspiracy theory. I mean looking at research and doing research with telescopes and looking at peer-reviewed information, data from stars, much like the ones in this picture that we're viewing now, that might actually give us clues as to the nature of the universe. And that's okay. So I think that moving forward, if you do have questions, please feel free to post. Like I said, no animosity, and I will answer them. See, that's why I'm calling you out, by name, just saying, not a problem. So let's see here. Beach Dennis has this thing. Can anyone explain the difference between dark matter and dark energy? Einstein says matter's okay. Yeah, that's the matter energy equivalence. Okay. The matter energy equivalence comes from the equation E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the velocity of light squared. So there it is in a nutshell. That kind of shows you how mass is. If you take mass and convert it to energy, you multiply it times the speed of light squared to actually get that. The calculations come out. And I think that if you look at, for instance, the energy of, say, the planet Jupiter has bound up in it with its mass, if you multiply the mass of Jupiter times the speed of light squared, you get this stupendously colossal large amount of energy from that mass. And that's kind of what we would be talking about, right? And if we just took, say, the mass of a billiard ball and calculated the energy, you'd also find that it's really large for a tiny little billiard ball. So one of the things that is interesting is how we could use that energy. And that's where that interstellar drive, the Alcubierre drive, comes into play. So if we can consider that the mass energy equivalence equation will tell us how much energy we need and how much mass we need to make the warp drive work, well, that number is a better number these days because of Sonny White, a Dr. White down at EagleWorks Labs, who's worked out that the energy required for building a warp bubble around your ship to do what Miguel Alcubierre said we could do when we go interstellar can be a lot less than Alcubierre actually first calculated. So that's actually a pretty good thing.
Do you think that has something to do with new materials? In terms of what NASA has available, etc.?
I don't know. I think it was actually more of a geometry question. The geometric shape of this toroidal ring that generated a warp bubble on the Alcubierre design. By changing it slightly, it allowed for far less energy requirement to build the warp bubble to actually do this bending of space, which is a whole nother thing and a whole nother thing here. Someone says Pete Pods had a good question. What did I miss? What's the best thing you have seen that's rare? Oh, that's actually a pretty good question, actually, Pete. If that's the question we're talking about.
Yes, that's. I'm looking up. That seems to be what's the best thing you have seen that's rare.
I know the answer right away. We're one of 5 people on the planet to see it. SkyTour LiveStream saw it, and like 4 other live streams caught it, and we were in that elite little cadre of people that saw it.
Wow.
And it was during the lunar eclipse, when the moon was all red. We saw a meteor strike the moon. That was very rare.
Astronomical drama.
Very rare. Yeah. But it hit the moon, and it was only about 2 feet across, but you could see the light from here.
Wow.
Yeah, well, because there's a lot of energy that's being given off, So.
And of course, it was so small that it really virtually made no impact on the moon. I mean, as far as what the moon then continued to do.
Oh yeah, no, it made a small crater, and that's about it. Yeah, that's it. Made a small crater. So
one of many.
Yeah, one of billions. There's many hundreds of millions of craters on the moon that have happened throughout history of the moon. So let me tell you, that's something. Okay, we're gonna go check out this little guy. We're gonna look at Messier 47. You can see in the,
cool.
in the telescope view here. There it is. You'll like this. You're gonna like this. So let's bring it over. I'll show you why you're gonna like this.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever have a box, and in that box you had little jewels? The jewels in your box might shine in the light, but this little jewel box here in space shines at night. So let's take a picture for 20 seconds and see what's in this little tiny jewel box. Check it out. You'll see the stars, and they're just really pretty. It's a young cluster of stars, that all formed in the same place in space, from the same cloud of hydrogen gas. And here it comes. Okay, a little bit of a walk here. I gotta take another picture.
Okay.
So pardon me while I do that.
Oh, we so will.
All right.
So, okay, in my ignorance, I'm going to ask what illuminates the jewels in the box?
Well, these are individual stars, and they are little nuclear furnaces in their own rights, by their own rights, and they are illuminating themselves, and you're looking at hot plasma that forms the stars. Each of the stars has a plasma, basically protons and electrons, freely roaming around in the atmosphere of the star, hot, separated from the atoms, too hot to make atoms. And so, that one, I also had this one walk a little bit. It made a weird little trail, like little streaming drops of water. I kind of went too fast here. It's beautiful. I just want to capture it. In reality, I want to capture it for you. So let me just do that.
Amazing. While
Hey,
you do that, I will say
Fantasy
that
Ecstasy.
Fantasy Ecstasy says, "Hey everyone," and she said she's here to talk about the electric universe.
Okay. Well, we actually talked about that earlier. Yep, we talked about the electric universe on P&K space imaging stream.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yep. That was
P&K
with-
Imaging YouTube. She can probably find that, or he, right?
Yep. And that was Chris from Take Back Space. He's a
Right.
big Electric Universe fan. And there you go. This is a beautiful jewel box. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, one thing you'll notice as you look through, and you should always take time to scan through the clusters pretty carefully, because you see some little gems, like right here. Look at that little tiny, tiny, tiny red gem. You see it there?
Yeah.
Tiny little red star.
Wow.
Okay? That's a little tiny red dwarf that's showing up in here. So that's a star in its own right out there, sitting out there. And there's many other stars that are of various kinds. Now, typically the ones that are vastly different types are either in the foreground or in the background and not part of the original cluster.
Oh.
Because the cluster is usually all of the same type, all of the same age. Okay? Because they're made from the same relative cloud of hydrogen. So, but this is Messier 47 in Canis Major. And if you want to see where that is,
Canis Major, the big dog, right?
yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yep. It's an open star cluster. Yep. And if we turn on the borders, I'll just make sure I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not telling you the truth. I think that M47 is actually in a different constellation,
Ah.
which I screwed up on you here. I'm trying to remember. This constellation here is where it is. This is, oh, it's got a little planetary next to it right there.
Mm.
The Calabash. Oh, we've looked at that. We're going to look at that too. You'll like this.
Wow.
Yes, I think this is the constellation Puppis, right?
Ooh.
So that one has another cluster that I'm trying to show you that I think will be really pretty. You'll like.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So let me, okay, we're moving. You can see the movement there. And we're going to look here. Yes, this is a, in the constellation of Puppis, is a very interesting
Ooh,
location.
there we
Okay.
Oh my God.
So,
Look at that.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to just bring up our, because you saw that jewel. Okay, you saw that jewel box, right?
Right.
Well, now I'm going to throw a curve at you with these jewel boxes, okay? And this one is going to be the one that throws the curve.
Wow.
Yeah. So you'll
Buckle
see.
up.
Oh, yeah. Buckle up, folks, because it just gets crazy from here. Just strap yourself in, Leela, and we'll get there in no time. I'm Zap Brannigan, and I have spoken. Okay. So, now we have a view of this cluster. And I want you to notice that here is this amazing nebula.
Yeah, what is that?
That is a planetary nebula, the remains of a dying star. That star in the center is a white dwarf. Okay, yet this is a young cluster of stars. And it has an old star in it that died, apparently. Now, how does that get explained? That's right, Taz, the poop deck, puppus. Well, it gets explained by knowing that the universe is a 3D creation. It's a 3D object. Okay, so when we look at this planetary nebula here, we're tempted to think it's part of this cluster, but in fact, it's not. This planetary nebula is around 2,000 light years away, but the cluster is about 4,000 light years away. You'll pass this when you get halfway out. You'll pass it. You know, and so off you go. You know.
Wow.
Taz, this is actually. I'll show you. I don't just say I show. Okay, this is actually called the Calabash or the Rotten Egg Nebula. Okay, and it's part of this cluster here. Okay, and this cluster is. I'm trying to find the it's NGC 2438. Okay, NGC 2438. Okay, so yeah, so this is interesting because we've got this nebula in here of a dying star. By the way, this is a beautiful image of it. This is it. You can see. I'm going to tell you right now. I honestly think the nebula has changed because I don't remember the nebula ever being this pronounced.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's actually got a change going on here. There's something different about it.
Do you happen to remember the last time you looked at it?
Yeah, last winter.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes, Daniel, you have a shockwave that moves through space, usually from a supernova. This is a planetary, not a supernova. So planetary nebulae don't have shockwaves. They're more gentle. This stuff here is moving slowly away from the star, only at like supersonic speeds. It's really not moving terribly fast, but it gets to a certain point where the star, the white dwarf in the middle, is so hot, has so much ultraviolet energy that it causes the nebula to glow. And that's from something called ionization and recombination. And basically, this is oxygen. And it's doubly ionized oxygen, and the electrons are knocked off the atom. And when they come back into the atom, they give up energy. And when they do that, they give off light. So when they give up energy, that comes in the form of light. That light's a characteristic blue for the predominant transition that they make as they come back into the atom. And that gives you this blue color, and that's called oxygen 3, doubly ionized oxygen. And you might say, why isn't it oxygen 2? Well, because oxygen 2 is singly ionized oxygen, and you're getting the picture now. 3 is 2, 2 is 1. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
So what's oxygen 1? Oxygen 1 is the base state of oxygen where it has all of its electrons. Okay, ionize it once, it's oxygen 2, and that's a Roman numeral 2. Ionize it twice, it's oxygen 3, Roman numeral 3. See what I mean? Yep.
So what is up with this?
Well, this is a nebula like any other planetary nebula that's actually it's very close to us relative to the cluster, which is much farther away, twice as far away, as a matter of fact. And it's a line of sight coincidence that we're seeing here. Isn't that beautiful, though?
Oh, it's whatever it is, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
A line of sight coincidence. Can you elaborate on that?
Of course. This planetary nebula is 2,000 light years away. But this cluster is way behind it at 4,000 light years away. So it's a line of sight thing. It looks like it's there, but it's not. It's 3D, remember? It's in 3D.
Yeah.
The universe is in 3D. And as ever, you look for the orange stars. There's more M stars over here. And there. Some of them down here, they're very, very small. One down there. Yeah, and one little tiny one in there. So, again, they're probably foreground or background.
Wow.
Very cool. Yeah, I love this. This is probably one of my favorite clusters because it has this apparent extra thing going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really neat.
A mystery. An active
mystery,
organic mystery.
That's right. It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma. And how's it go? Mystery.
A puzzle, I think, is part of that.
It's a puzzle shrouded in a mystery wrapped in an enigma or something.
Yeah. I think that's
something
it.
along that line.
Oh, it's close enough.
It is
close enough for celestial wonders.
Close enough for celestial work. That's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God. Wow.
So that was that little nebula, which is a really pretty one. And I want to see now. Let me get rid of our mythology here.
Right. Goodbye.
We don't need that. Yeah. Let's go see. Puppis is a beautiful constellation. It's got some neat objects in it, but we have to realize it's very close to the horizon right now. So we're not going to be able to see too much. Although I admit I've pulled out some pretty difficult things to see out of it. Yeah. Okay.
That's called commitment and dedication.
Yeah. Could just be lunacy too. I don't know.
Lunacy, as in moon. Right. Okay. Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
We're glad.
Yeah, it can be lunacy. You know, I'm okay being a lunatic. Right? I've never looked at this planetary nebula. Let's check it out. Okay.
Yeah, some of my best friends are lunatics. Yeah. That old thing that if you slept in the light of the full moon, you would wake up crazy, right?
I remember that. Of course, I forgot it since I woke up crazy. I couldn't remember it.
Well, see, that's how it works. But it's a divine interference, shall we say?
Okay, if you say so.
I do. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, that's very good. Lunatic. Okay. Let's do 15 seconds at 12,800 and see if we can find this very faint little planetary nebula. Moon is a lot lower in the sky, but it's still interfering.
That pesky moon.
I know. It's great for P and K.
Right.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see that? So here's a little planetary that we're trying to find. Never seen it before. It's very faint. But look at that. There it is. And you notice the color?
Wow.
The color is that marvelous teal blue again.
There we go. It's Amanda Blue.
Oh
my.
It's the light of oxygen 3 again. All planetaries have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So that's a really cool one. I like that.
Beautiful.
And here I am thinking, okay, that's the last object, and I keep, no, I'm not done yet. There's more.
Yeah, no. Well, you're legendary for that. Just one more, a little more, an hour more, right?
I end up, I know I won't close the dome for way too long. I gotta do it, and I gotta get to bed, but I don't wanna. I never wait. I can't waste a clear night. I just can't. I cannot waste a clear night. Is that bad?
No, it's wonderful, and we all profit by it, and we thank you. And Taz Hack says, so if you're crazy and you go to sleep in the sun, do you become sane? Oh God, I love that.
I like it too. That's a great idea. The answer is, well, no, you don't. And just ask anyone that knows me. You don't become sane. I'm going to try and look at this one here, and I don't know if we can see it. It depends on where the dome is, but we're off and running. There goes the telescope. You can see it moving now.
While you're doing that, I'll toss in that Foggy Range says Cherokee legends have said that stars are balls of light. Others say they're human, but most people say they are living creatures covered with luminous fur or feathers. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the mythology, yeah. Mythology was very important. Still is, actually.
Yes.
My mother was Native American. She was Passamaquoddy in New England.
Yes.
And she was Irish, so she had Irish and Native American. My father was Italian. So really, 3 of the worst drinking habits of all cultures, and I don't even drink.
Well, you look at the stars, hey.
I do. I'm kind of hopeless about that because I just love... the universe to me is a thrilling place. It's never boring. It's never gets old. You know what I mean?
Yes. Although it's ancient.
Well,
that's fascinating.
It never gets old to stare at, yeah.
Right. In its antiquity.
Oh, James, you said I should try the Botter Moon and Skyglow filter. I'm using the UHC-S filter right now from Botter. But here's an interesting view, okay? We have Messier 35 in Gemini, and then we have this little tiny cluster, which is much further away. See that?
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful?
Wow, and delicate.
Absolutely stunning. Yes, it's really, really stunning and delicate. That's right. Boy, and I just really like it. It looks gorgeous.
Oh.
Yeah. So I brought them up like this so you could see the two together.
Right.
But I'm gonna just take us over to here. Yeah, let's move over a little more. Let's move it over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Yeah.
Big old dog's moving in. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll do 10 seconds here at 12,800, and we'll see M35 and this little cluster over here. It's going to be beautiful. And here we come.
Wow. Oh, my.
Yeah, it's really pretty. The stars are a little bit elongated. I'm going to get rid of that, if you don't mind.
That's what you call walking?
I call it walking. It's my own little stupid phrase for it.
Oh, no, I like it.
Yeah, I just don't like when the telescope goes on a walkabout.
Exactly. It doesn't profit.
It shouldn't do any walkabouts.
Right.
Okay, here we go. James, I'll have to look because I know the UHC-S that I'm using is the best filter for nebulae ever. So I'll be interested to see what that does. If you notice, folks in the chat, James Dugan's talking about a special filter for the moon and sky glow. This is beautiful. Wow, this is really pretty.
Oh my God.
So you can see that tiny little guy there.
Right.
And this big giant cluster here. A very, very young cluster of stars. And this one, you'll notice, has a little bit of a more yellowy look. It doesn't have as bright of blues. And you might be tempted to think, well, hey, is that the stars are actually older? It could be that they're older or they're older types, okay? but most likely they're still young as well. But we have something at play here, possibly, called interstellar reddening. And the farther away something is, perhaps we're looking at it through dust and that we cannot see, and it tends to redden the starlight. So that's something that happens as well. Let's find out. I'm going to see if I'm blowing smoke or if I've got an idea what I'm talking about here. Okay, so that's this guy. And okay, this is a rich cluster with more than 100 stars. That's NGC 2158.
Wow.
And let's see if it has a distance. It doesn't give us a distance, it gives us a redshift, which is equivalent to distance if I want to go plug it in, which I haven't done yet. Messier 35, on the other hand, otherwise known as the shoe buckle cluster. Okay, that one we know is 2,772 light years away. And I see its redshift value, and then we go to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we see its recessional velocity is different, so it's probably farther away. So I have to calculate. Sorry, I just yawned on you guys. I'm sorry. Yes, James.
Okay, it is very late for you, indeed.
It is. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, James, that's the UHCS filter is the one I'm using. Yep. Yeah. And as I thought about it, that cluster that showed the Planetary Nebula in it, that's the first time I used this filter on that cluster. That's why it looks different. I'm seeing it with far more detail than I have.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
I should have known. I should have known that right up front. I forgot. I'm tired, I guess.
Yeah, hey, at 2 a.m., understandable.
But that's a beautiful
And it's
picture.
Friday, right? Well, it's Saturday morning. Good morning, Mark.
Oh, I guess it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh.
All it means to me is I got work to do. Okay.
Right.
Well, let's see here. So we're up there. But there, you know what? There's something else up here that I want to see if I can find. In Gemini, there's a beautiful planetary nebula that I want to see if I can find. And I think it's over in this area. I could be wrong. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Don't you be gone now. You've got to be here. You've got to... wait. I think we've got it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's it right there. I've got it.
Blimey, it's lovely.
Yes, we're going to the Eskimo Nebula,
Oh.
Yeah, the Eskimo Nebula. Oh, this nebula is something else. Got to tell you.
I want to see it.
Oh, wait till you see it, dear Ken. I'm telling you, this thing is going to be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. You're going to like it, I know. Alright, so I'm going to take this and grab that there. Now we're going to pull it over and pull it into the view. Because I know it's not in the view yet.
No, not yet.
No.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see it in just a minute. All
I'll be patient.
Yeah, now we're gonna go 15 seconds at 12,800 right now. Let's give it a go. Let's go.
Oh, let's go.
Taz, you're in the future. You're right. I like that.
How is it, Taz? Do you like it?
Yeah. Tell me if I have anything to worry about when we get there in a day. Wow.
Oh, explain it all for us. Oh my God!
Look at that. That is the.
Oh my God!
That is the nebula that I was trying to show you.
Worth waiting for.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh my God!
Yeah. So this nebula that we're looking at here is called the Eskimo Nebula, and there's a way. Yes, I know how to do this. Okay, there's a way to actually show it in more detail.
Ooh.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take us down to a way lower ISO. Let's say 3200 and do 15 seconds again.
Okay.
So, for those of you that know cameras, those are called stops. Every single time you drop it down.
Yes.
So, I've dropped it down quite a number of stops. And we're not going to blow out the detail inside the nebula. So now we should be able to see. We can see how I didn't correct properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, Taz says it's Saturday night, 5:57 here, wherever he is, and Foggy Range
Tasmania.
is in Ohio, where it's 3 a.m.
Oh.
That is dedication.
No, he's not. He's not in Ohio where it's 3 a.m.
No, Foggy Range.
If he says he's in Ohio, it's not 3 a.m. there.
Let's
It's 2
see, wait a
a.m.
minute.
here, so it's 1 a.m. there.
Well, I don't. Maybe it's a typo.
Oh.
I don't know. It's 10:59 in the California area.
Look at that.
Time zone, Pacific. Oh my God!
It came out beautiful. Look at that. See?
The color.
See the outer. You see
astonishing.
the outer
Wow.
shell. You see the outer shell,
Oh my
and you see
God!
the inner shell with detail. And we can even get more out of this if I cut back even more. So if I
Wow.
take it down, Siri, shut up. Siri thought I was calling it. All right, let's bring
Take
it down.
it down now. Hey. Okay.
We're gonna go to just 1,000 at 15 seconds. All right, and you'll see the differences. Okay, so yeah, you're still in Eastern Standard Time, right? Foggy. My brain is foggy, so just so you know.
We're all foggy.
Thanks, Carol, for hanging in here.
Hey, listen, I'm loving this.
Okay, so now, oops. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God!
Problem.
Oh my God!
A little
That was
error, a little
gorgeous.
error.
Yeah.
Error?
However,
Error? Error?
ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
Error alert.
Error.
Oh, you're so entitled.
Okay, so 15 seconds at 1,000.
Daniel Whitaker tosses in. It's 11 p.m. in Oregon. Ohio is central, 2 hours difference, so it's 1 a.m. in Ohio.
But Foggy says he's on Eastern Time, so
Yeah, right.
that puts him at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Kimmy
Okay.
says it's 2 a.m. in Columbus, Ohio.
Wow. Okay, this is a beautiful
Oh my
shot.
God.
Let's zoom
Wow.
in. I want you to see this. Look at the modeling and the you can see little lanes inside the nebula.
Yes.
That's there. And we're looking at this. This is the Eskimo, and this is what it looks like up close. This is, again, we're looking at the light of oxygen that's doubly ionized.
Damn.
This star in the center is a white dwarf. It's very,
Oh my
very
God.
hot. And as it expanded as a red giant in its earlier evolution, it sloughed off its outer layers like this. And those
Wow.
layers were so far from the star that they were no longer gravitationally bound, so they just kept going at a relatively slow speed. And then, but the light, now that this hot stellar core was exposed, that's mostly ultraviolet light that the star's energy is coming out in here. And so it ionizes the oxygen, and then that means that the electrons jump off and they plow back into the nucleus of the atom
Whoa.
and give off this blue characteristic light. But isn't that beautiful? I think we can do better than this even.
It is
So.
absolutely gorgeous.
And here I was saying this was going to be like the last one. Not even.
Well, yes, hey, well, that's your reputation.
I know. I'm going to drop us down another. I'm going to take us down to 400 and dare to go to 20 seconds. So that gains back a stop. So let's see what that'll do. Okay, so this is going to. We might walk a little and have to fix it. I know, Taz. Isn't it beautiful? It looks really nice. Really does.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dennis tosses in. It looks like a nova.
Yeah, I understand that. You know, it kind of does look like a star that exploded, but it's not. Okay.
And there it is.
Wow, and that came out even better. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Now, we're missing the bluer halo around the outside.
Right.
But you can also see the little color difference in the inside. And we're actually gaining the difference between this outside halo and the inside.
Right.
This is an
it's
earlier
nuanced.
shell.
Yeah.
It's nuanced. Yeah, exactly. Is that not beautiful, guys? That is just something else. And by the way, that's how big it is in the sky right there.
Wow.
Actually, that's how big it is in the sky. So it's really tiny.
Wow.
But,
what is that right above it? The bright.
Oh, that's another star in the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got them all over here.
Yes.
Yeah. Boy, that's something. Wow, I'm glad we could show you that. I'm really glad because that's really pretty. Wow.
Why is it that it connects with our souls? I don't know. That's just a rhtorical question, but there is such a profound feeling when seeing that.
Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something else. Go crazy here. I was at 12,800. I'm going to actually go to like 25,006. Okay? And take a 15-second shot and see what we got. Because I want to see if there's any additional nebulous detail on the far outside.
Oh, far out?
Yeah. Exactly.
Foggy Range in chat. Foggy Range tosses in. Heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Psalm 191. Hey, who's to say?
That's right.
Oh my.
Yeah, so you can see how this now looks with a higher noise, and now we know the extent. There's nothing else out here. So the extent is there, and that object in the middle, well, you saw it, but we can actually show it again. You know, it looks like this.
Wow.
See?
Yes.
Or like this. Okay. So we're seeing all of them. Or like that. That's a little bit one that walked here. We can remove that.
Right. The double kind of thing there.
We can get rid of that one.
Yeah,
but this shows a lot of really cool detail. In fact, if you look at this one, this is neat because you have this blue and you have this sort of reddish bit here.
Yeah.
And then this outer piece.
Wow.
So we're seeing some really good quality imagery here. This is beautiful.
Oh God.
And this reddish the reddish piece still shows up here, but the star is a little bit wonky. Yeah.
I just want to say, what a privilege to watch this.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed as much as I do.
Oh.
It is beautiful.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we see these things out there in space, man, and they are just out there waiting for us to view. I really like these. Okay. Well, let's see. What else is there to look at? Plenty. I haven't even gone to the Rosette yet. Let's just do it because we can now.
Oh, do it.
And then we'll say that'll be the last thing. Watch the stars.
Famous last words. Yeah, okay.
If it looks beautiful, you're right. I'm not going to be going to bed anytime soon.
That's right.
I made sure everybody knows that I'm going to be doing this tonight, and there's no ways about it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Up all night.
I've done that many times, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
I'll be up all night reading, but that's another story for another time.
Oh, okay. Well, you probably got some reading to do, I guess, huh?
Oh, I have.
I think Carol's referring to something that I may know about.
Go ahead, spill.
Yeah, she's reading. She's reading The Populated Universe, a book about exoplanets and the formation of the Earth and how extraterrestrial life fits into the whole equation. By yours truly,
Yeah. Who is that guy again?
It's just me.
Yeah, just you.
I wrote the book over the last couple of years. I haven't been too vocal about it. I've been talking about it coming maybe sooner or later, and haven't really been terribly vocal. But today, actually yesterday, I got all the final photos in. Some of which actually are SkyTour LiveStream photos, as well as photos I made in some 3D rendering products, because I have a visual effects company, so I actually added some very cool imagery.
Oh, yeah.
So we can, talk about the book and so forth if you're up to it down the line. Oh, we're interfering with the dome.
Oh, no, I can see that. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's the dome's way of saying, time to go to bed, man.
You gotta sleep, Mark, sometime. Right.
Yeah. Well, just remember, this is practice, because when the observatory is running in Arizona, we're going to start here probably at 7 o'clock in the evening in the winter, and go to like 9 o'clock, and then we're going to convert over to the Arizona dome, because we're going to probably have 2 full running observatories. And then we'll have that dome up, and then we'll take that into the evening with the Arizona skies.
Oh, will that not rock?
Oh, that will indeed rock.
Taz Hack says, yes, Mark, thank you for the overtime.
Well, you guys are welcome, but hey, you know what? I want to thank you for coming to SkyTour LiveStream. That music means that we're all out of time here. No, it doesn't really. It's just it happens to be.
Well, that sounded good, but yeah.
It does happen to be my music that I start and end with SkyTour LiveStream sometimes. Just happened to be now. Actually, I did not plan that. But
say synchronicity. Go ahead.
I'm very happy that you guys are here. Carol, I want to thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me. It rocked.
It was a great time. Some of these pictures that came out well, I will make available to you, and you can find them at our Facebook site. You can find them at our Facebook page, our Facebook group, SkyTour LiveStream with Mark D'Antonio. We have a page and a group, and you can also find them on my personal page at Mark D'Antonio on Facebook. You'll also find them later at astroimaginglive.com, our home on the web, with Keith and Paul and Bill New York Skywatcher. So we will see you the next time when it's clear. And moon be darned, we don't care. We'll show you. We will go out there with the moon and all. So folks, you have a good evening, and we'll talk to you later.